we talked about some teams that were surging. We talked about the Cincinnati Bengals. We talked about the San Francisco 49ers. But the New York Jets, 2-game losing streak. Miami Dolphins, 2-game losing streak. New England Patriots, 2-game losing streak. And it was one more.
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Where's Cortland at?
Tennessee, 3-game losing streak. And all those teams are in the AFC. So of the teams that I just mentioned, we're going to go around the horn. I'm going to start with you, Eric. Tennessee, and the AFC East, basically, right? Who's in the most trouble?
Oh, it's. I want to say the Titans. I think the Titans are in the most trouble because I called them one-dimensional at the beginning of the season. I said the game goes as Derrick Henry goes, and that's what they've shown me. When Derrick Henry is bottled up and contained and only has 2.2 yards, what happens? Tennessee loses. The blueprint has already been given. It's been given to all the other 31 teams in the NFL. You need to stop Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill is mediocre at best. And in a division that is very winnable, these people, this squad, this team, it's like when A.J. Brown was traded from Tennessee to Philadelphia, Tennessee lost 70% of their identity or 60% of their identity, whatever percentage you want to throw at it. Because at least you had a secondary. You knew you had King Henry, but you had to respect what A.J. Brown was capable of doing. And look at the success he's having in Philadelphia. Okay? So for me, most trouble, Tennessee Titans.
I'm going to chime in and then I'm going to come to y'all. I almost want to say Tennessee's in the least amount of trouble only because their division is so bad, right? Like you feel like if they win 2 more games, they can win the division. But I agree with this much because he had a hell of a game yesterday and they still lost. So if Henry does that and you're still losing, then you're in trouble. You're in a whole lot of trouble, right? Like I think their ceiling is just getting in the playoffs and getting smacked, right? Because we talking about the AFC. We talking about you're going to have to face a Tua, a Burrow, a Mahomes, a Josh Allen. And Ryan Tannehill just can't keep up with those guys. He couldn't keep up with Sunshine yesterday. So to that point, but I guess with the teams in the AFC East, again, you're talking 3 different teams and you're going, that division's so tough. Like if you're the team that winds up being on the 3-game losing streak, which right now could be New England. Right now they're in a barn burner with Arizona. They're up 20-13 right now. So yeah, let me swing to Jay. I'll finish with John since the 3 of these teams are in his division. Talk to me, man, Jay. Who of the teams that are kind of tailing off right now? Who's in the most trouble?
I'm not gonna give up on the Jets just yet, just because I like Mike White. I like the story behind him, and I like how he's been.
Is his hip okay?
Jay, I'm sorry, I didn't include. The Texans are on an 8-game losing streak. Are they in trouble? No, man, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
We can still make it though, man, because our division bad. But,
are you allowed to mic drop on a 1-win team? Is that
we're gonna be like the first 5-win team to make the playoffs. But now, anyway, I'm gonna say the Titans, man, for the exact reasons y'all said. And if my cousin was on here who's a Titans fan, shout out to him. He would say that we pretty much stuck with Tannehill. We can't move him. We gave him his payday. Oh boy, gave Tannehill his payday. Traded AJ, and you saw what happened to him. Now, it's pretty bad when you've got some pundits out there. Maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction. Maybe it's an overreaction Monday. I don't know. But the AFC South is still bad. What if I told you that there is even an outside chance at this late in the season the Jaguars could somehow win the division? Go look at their records right now. Yeah. And Tennessee's on a skid. And you just said it, Ray. Henry had that game yesterday, and they still got thumped. Not beat, thumped. That has to be concerning. So I'm going to say the Titans.
Talk to me, John. 3 of these teams I mentioned are in your division. Who's in trouble? Who can pull themselves out this hole?
The Dolphins will be fine. I mean, they got home games against the Packers.
That's such a shocking answer from you.
No, the Dolphins are fine. The Jets came in with no expectations. None of us expected the Jets to go anywhere. So, where the Jets have gone in their rebuild, this is a win. Like, even if they don't make the playoffs, it's
We
fine.
don't do moral victories.
Real quick though,
No,
John.
look,
let-
you're
John,
asking me. I'm giving
I know,
you
John. Can I
my mic.
let me?
my
I want you to
Cartino
finish your
answer.
answer. But so let's say you're in the midst of a rebuild, right? But all of a sudden, it's going much better than you thought, and it's happening much faster than you thought, and you're 7-4, right? At that point, all bets are off. You get what I'm saying? Like you have to be trying to compete.
I disagree with the Jets because I mean when there was no expectations and you were terrible last year and you've had this much of an improvement, this is a win. Like nobody expected you to get to the playoffs. If you get to the playoffs, it's a bonus. You've shown at least you probably at this point, if you're the Jets, you're like, hey, we figure out our quarterback. We know we're going to be okay for the foreseeable future. We got our coach, we got a defense, we got some weapons, got to figure out the quarterback spot, got a line. I think that they think that they're going to be okay. The Patriots, like, again, even though they made the playoffs last year, that was fraudulent. They're right about where I thought they would be. The Titans are the ones in most trouble. They're going to win their division, but they've been exposed. Their defense hasn't been playing like the defense that it was earlier in the season, carrying them, and they're getting exposed. It's not just about getting thumped by Jacksonville, but like the team that everybody was like, wow, they were the number 1 seed, and and they look like they kept up with the Chiefs even without Ryan Tannehill in that Sunday night game, I believe it was. Like we all thought, hey, maybe this Titans team can hang around. And they've been getting exposed. And like you said, their ceiling is now getting their ass kicked in the playoffs, get in the playoffs and get right out. And since they gotten exposed, that's the most concerning to me is how they're losing. They just don't look like the team from last year. They look like frauds. Even if they win their division, they're the weakest team going into the playoffs, it seems, in the AFC. Like, if the Jets get in, it seems like the Jets have more of a chance to do something than the Titans. Titans seem like the weakest team in the AFC that's going to get into the playoffs, if that's fair.
I would say this. If the Titans had to play the Jets tomorrow, I would take the Titans because I'm taking the team with the best player on the field.